Good afternoon. I'm Jan Roberts-Breslin, Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2022 School of the Arts Graduate Hooding Ceremony. We have been waiting and waiting and waiting to be able to celebrate you, our graduates, in person in this official way. And so it is especially wonderful to see you all here today. I want to welcome the families and friends of our graduates who are here today. Your support has been incredibly important to the success of these graduates. We gratefully acknowledge that, and we thank you. Let me also take a moment to recognize our faculty. Emerson faculty are experts in their field who care deeply about the success of their students. They help the members of the class of 2022 reach this milestone by providing an exceptional learning environment, and they have done so with care and compassion. Thank you, faculty. Earning a master's degree is a major accomplishment that requires hard work and sacrifice. Our graduates know this better than anyone. But earning a master's degree during a pandemic marks a whole new level of work and commitment, sacrifice, and resilience. Graduates, you did it, and you did it exceptionally well. In earning this degree, you have set a strong foundation for the rest of your life, and we cannot wait to see where it takes you. Congratulations to you all. We will begin with the invocation. Please stand as you are able.
Graduating class of Emerson's School of the Arts. This is the day when we celebrate the achievements, the papers, the creations, the twists and the turns, the growth and the stories that you have brought forth into this world. And we are here to celebrate you, to celebrate us, to celebrate the journeys that have led you right here to this moment. And it is an honor to be here with you. As we begin today's ceremony with this moment of invocation, we are called to engage in a practice that is ancient, with deep roots across a great many spiritual traditions, and yet it can often feel unfamiliar or unexpected and new. An invocation is, at its core, an invitation into stillness, an invitation into reverence for that which we consider sacred. And on a day that we have anticipated and waited for so long, perhaps one that is filled with flurry and busyness, exhaustion and excitement, we take this moment of invocation as a very needed pause. A pause to invite, to acknowledge, and to thank all that has given us guidance and inspiration on our journeys leading up to today. As is our tradition here at Emerson, we begin by first acknowledging the land upon which we stand and upon which we have lived and learned during our college Emerson journeys. We are on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Massachusetts people, whose name was appropriated by this Commonwealth. We pay respect to the Massachusetts elders, past and present, and we acknowledge the truth of violence perpetrated in the name of this country, and we make a commitment to uncovering that truth. So too, in this moment of invocation, we also acknowledge and celebrate the diversity of paths and traditions present in this gathered community, And we celebrate that we find the sacred in so many different ways. For some, this is in the mystery called God. For others, we find the sacred within the wisdom of ancestors, or in the beauty of nature, in sparks of creativity, or in the pursuit of justice. However it is that you find sacredness in your life, I invite you to pause with me now, taking a couple of deep breaths in and out, and in our silence, to invite into your mind, into your heart, all that you consider sacred. Let us be in silence. Thank you, congratulations, and welcome each and every one of you to your long-awaited and so well-deserved graduate student hooding ceremony.
I will now invite Kim McLaren, Interim Dean of Graduate and Professional Studies, to deliver the graduate ceremony address. Kim McLaren is a novelist, essayist, and journalist whose work explores systemic issues in experiential terms, anchoring questions of identity, humanity, and meaning in narratives of family, friends, and self. She is the author of 3 critically acclaimed novels, 2 essay collections, and the biblio-memoir James Baldwin's Another Country bookmarked. Her work has appeared in New England Review, the Sewanee Review, the Sun Magazine, the Washington Post, and many other publications. She is a former staff writer for the Associated Press and the New York Times, and appears regularly on Basic Black on WGBH. Please welcome Dean McLaren.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jan. Good afternoon. No, I'm sorry. I'm from the South, so I'm going to need y'all to try that again. Good afternoon. Now we're going. All right. It is a thrill and a joy to be here to mark this exciting occasion and to be tasked with giving these brief remarks. I do stress brief. It was 9 minutes when I timed it last night, so start your clocks now. When I sat down to write this speech, I began, naturally, by thinking back over all of the graduation, commencement, and hooding addresses I've heard in my life. Between myself, my siblings, my children, and nearly 20 years of teaching at Emerson, I calculated nearly 50 such addresses I must have heard. Remarks by famous and accomplished people, names you would recognize, folks who's actors, politicians, businessmen. Remember Lee Iacocca, anybody? That was the first one in my graduation. I thought back over all of those speeches searching for inspiration, all of that inspiration and advice, and what I realized was this: I don't remember any of it. Not a word. So that took the pressure off a little bit. Still, I wanted to find something of value to leave you with this afternoon. The writer Graham Greene said that all writers' brains are like compost bins. In go bits of eggshells and coffee grounds and banana peels, and after a little heat and a little time, if you're lucky, out comes something organic, something useful, something which can help living things to grow and thrive. I realized that the reason I couldn't write was that my compost bin was empty. It's been depleted by these past couple of years. These have been, let's face it, terrible years. An epidemic which took the lives of millions of our fellow citizens, political rancor, violent conflicts, not just in Ukraine, but in Yemen and Ethiopia and Mexico. What some people call a racial reckoning, but which is really, I fear, just another turn of the wheel in the cycle of progress and backlash that is the American story. People are trapped in history, said my hero, James Baldwin, and history is trapped in them. In short, these have been hard times. Nor can I stand here in good conscience and tell you that the hard times are over. But what I can tell you is what my other hero, Toni Morrison, said, which is this. This is precisely the time when artists go to work. Not when everything is fine, not when everything is terrible. This is our job. Morrison specified artist because that's what she was. But if you read the rest of the essay, and you should always read the rest of the essay, she expands her definition to include all who care about the power of the imagination, about the connections between art and critical thinking, about the ways in what we read and what we watch and what we consume shapes who we are and how we think. Hard times are when writers and filmmakers and actors and scholars and educators and teachers of every kind go to work. That was the original meaning of a master's degree, you know, a declaration that a person admitted to the rank of master or teacher at one university should be admitted to the same rank at other universities. Now that you are a master, you have the right to call yourself an expert in your field. But you also have an obligation to do something with that expertise, something that extends beyond yourself. We are very big on rights in this country, and that's all well and good, but the flip side of a right is what the folks in my family who served in the military call a duty. A society built on rights without duty is like a skyscraper without a foundation. It might look fancy, but it's not going to stand very long. Now is the time for all of us who understand the power of narrative and storytelling and language, written, spoken, performed, signed, to roll up our sleeves and dig in. Now is the time. Morrison said, there is no time for despair, no place for self-pity, no need for silence, no room for fear. We speak, we write, we do language. That is how civilizations heal. And we need healing. And I'm sorry, but y'all are the ones gonna have to do it, your generation. We tried. I know it doesn't look like it, but we really did. Sometimes it was 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, but we did our best, and we did accomplish some things. Apartheid, gay marriage, although right now, I don't know, the bald eagle, and seatbelts. Do you know that when I was a child, nobody wore seatbelts? My mother would pile the 5 of us kids into the front bench seat, and if you don't know what a bench seat is, ask your parents, of the car, and take off down the road without a second thought. If she had to stop short, she would stick out her arm to keep us from flying through the windshield. I remember when seatbelt use became mandatory, became law. People pitched a fit. My Uncle Jesse said a seatbelt ruined the crease of his pants, and nobody and nothing was gonna make him buckle up in the privacy of his own car. Then an accident left my other uncle paralyzed, and everybody in the family came around. Today, seatbelt use in the front seat hovers around 90%. Seatbelts save more than 15,000 lives a year. Things can change. But although change is inevitable, progress is not. Maybe you've heard this phrase, the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. This is Dr. Martin Luther King's eloquent restatement of a line from 19th century minister and abolitionist Theodore Parker's sermon. Reverend Parker's sermon is more ambiguous than King's restatement, which itself, in full context, is actually more ambiguous than the line we often hear. Remember, always read the full speech. Parker said, "I do not pretend to understand the moral universe. The arc is a long one. My eye reaches but little ways. I cannot calculate the curve and complete the figure by the experience of sight. I can divine it by conscience. And from what I see, I am sure it bends towards justice." Well, Lord knows, far be it beyond for me to stand up here and contradict either Reverend Parker or Dr. Martin Luther King. But from what I see, from I was going to say my age, let's say more than 30 years on this earth, the arc of the moral universe bends whichever way it gets pulled. The forces bending it towards inequality and injustice, towards war and climate disaster and authoritarianism, these are powerful forces, endlessly strong. The only way to counter them is with collective effort. The only way to bend the arc back the other way, the way it must be bent, is for each and every one of us here today to grab hold and pull hard. The good news is this. You've spent the last few years here at Emerson building up your muscles. Your professors gave you maybe some 8-pound free weights, or maybe 20 pounds free weights if you took a class from Bethany Nelson or Michael Selig. The experiences you shared with faculty and classmates were like resistance bands. Living through a pandemic, seeing both the worst and the best of humankind, this has been one big kettlebell. You've been working out hard these past few years, and now you leave Emerson pumped up and ready to grab hold of that arc and bend it the way it must be bent if we are to thrive, not only as a society, not only as a nation, but as human beings in the full sense of that word. Baldwin said, "There is never time in the future in which we will work out our salvation. The challenge is in the moment. The time is always now." So let's get to work. Thank you. It is now my great pleasure to introduce this year's graduate student speaker, Lamar Archer, who is receiving his Master of Fine Arts in Applied Theater. Lamar Archer was born in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica. He received his Bachelor of Arts in Drama Education from Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts in Kingston. Bethany Nelson, the Graduate Program Director for Theater Education and Applied Theater, said this: "Lamar represents all of the traits and values that we hope to cultivate in our Applied Theater MFA students. He is a committed theater practitioner, a talented student who is driven to pursue excellence, a gifted academic writer, a kind, collaborative community member, and a dedicated teacher. Congratulations and welcome, Lamar."
Wow, thank you. Hello, everyone. Faculty, staff, guests, families, friends, and my fellow graduating class, a pleasant afternoon to you all. On this momentous occasion, it is a delightful privilege to echo the collective sentiments of the School of the Arts graduating class of 2022. You know, I would be lying to you if I stood here today and professed that this journey was an easy and smooth sailing one. I mean, no journey is easy, but I can testify through the quote of an unknown author that difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. I mean, just look at us here today. In 2020, I set sail on this journey that I have dreamt of and planned for years. Unfortunately, sitting around a computer screen in the confines of my bedroom back home in Kingston, Jamaica. Definitely not the grad school experience I envisioned for myself, or any of us even imagined at all. I dreamt of the Boston bright light big city life, socializing with friends, absorbing new cultures, you know, being in the physical classroom and just being a student again. Anyone else here had that dream? Yeah, man, yep. However, as we know, life continues to be unpredictable and doesn't always go as planned. COVID-19 happened and took that dream, that experience away from some of us. Our experience here has not been the regular one at all. It was a loss, but we know the struggles with the pandemic was real. And though the virtual space became psychologically distressing and unbearable, and I couldn't wait for it to be over, to be here in Boston face to face, the storm only got worse when I got here. To get to this place where I can stand before you in this fashion came with huge sacrifices and challenges. Sacrifices I was willing to make to actualize a dream that was burning inside this once impoverished boy from rural Jamaica. It is that same dream that has brought us all here today, for which I'm sure we all made sacrifices that were beyond us. I resigned from my tenured job, gave up my apartment, spent all my savings, gave away most of my things, only to be confronted with the realities that I was now in a new country, a new culture, one completely different from the one I have known all my life. This massive adjustment affected me mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically, mentally, all the alleys. Not to mention the cold weather that I have never experienced in my life. Come on, I'm an island boy from a tropical island that is warm all year round. I remember shivering in the corner of the train station one day with tears running from my eyes because of how cold and shocked my body was. I thought I would have been frozen standing in that spot, waiting on the train to arrive. But like all things, I adjusted and got the hang of it, but no lies, I'm still in shock. I have heard a lot about depression, but didn't quite understand it until I realized as the fall semester progressed, that I was not doing okay. No motivation, loss of interest, overwhelming sadness, insomnia. I was tested and diagnosed by my doctor that I was experiencing major depression. This was a scary and rough time for me because I've always been okay and in control of myself, my feelings since I've known myself. The icing on top of this cake of unfortunate circumstances was the death of my father 3.5 weeks ago, who before I left Jamaica said he was waiting on me to come home with my degree. During this time, I had lost not only my father, but I had lost my sense of self and life, and living as I knew it. However, in that breaking and losing, I now realize I was evolving and growing. I was learning and expanding. I have learned innumerable lessons imperative to my growth as a human being and even as a professional, especially the use of technologies. Who can agree with me that because of the pandemic, they have learned and developed a great appreciation and understanding for the use of information and communication technologies, digitalization, and the use of online platforms? Yeah, only me? Okay. Like myself, we adjusted and dealt with these newness the best way we knew how to, either while smiling or crying. We didn't sit on the ruins of our dreams whining. We continued and made the best of it. This phase of my journey has definitely been the hardest and most difficult thing I've undergone thus far in my life. But it was also the most rewarding and worthwhile. And I wouldn't want this priceless and invaluable experience any other way. Because, as one of Jamaica's popular proverbs says, if you want good, your nose have to run, which means when in pursuit of success, one must endure hardship, or it takes effort and sacrifice. The remarkable support and compassion that I have received from the Emerson community was what gave me the drive to push through amidst the odds. Without the humanity of this community, I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here today. And so on behalf of the graduating class of 2022, I would like to take this opportunity to express deep gratitude and thanks to the people who were with us along the journey. Parents and family members for their undying support, who have gone above and beyond to make sure we were okay. Thanks to my parents, my late father, and my mother, who is watching back home in Jamaica, and my sisters, one of whom is here today. Our partners, friends, classmates who had our backs, kept us motivated, and to all the faculty and departments who have mentored, supported, and advanced our work, thank you. Special thanks to Bethany Nelson. You were more than just a mentor. You were the light in my darkest times, and for you, I'm grateful. To the Artistic Engagement Department and the Creative Producing Team of Arts Emerson, and the Office of International Students Affairs, OISA, for you, I'm immensely grateful. So please, graduates, let us give a round of applause for the people who helped make this possible. I salute you, I salute you. In retrospect, I accept the fact that these experiences all conspire to yield the sound character that I possess as an individual and as a proud graduate today. The challenges we faced over these past years might look different for everyone. For some, it might have been balancing schoolwork and family life while enduring the rigors of grad school, or the struggles of moving to a new city or getting a new job, or just the reality of trying to acquire a degree during a raging pandemic. Today, I am happy to report that through our resilience, perseverance, and hard work, in the middle of a global crisis, a racial pandemic, and even war, we have arrived. Like fine metal tried in the fire, we have emerged as pure gold. So pat yourselves on the back and give yourselves a round of applause for making it out alive during the hardest of times. Arriving at this part of our journey doesn't mean we have accomplished and actualized our full potential. No. But today, we are poised, pearls, prepared to achieve greatness and make our mark on the world, which is our oyster. Graduates, the end of this journey signals a new beginning in our lives. As we embark on fresh challenges ahead, we are equally aware that the nature of the support mechanism hereafter may not be to our liking. I mean, just look at how supportive Emerson College was at modeling resiliency, as well as supporting and procuring ways in which we could return safely and complete our journey here. With our drive to continue writing, filming, directing, producing, educating, performing, devising, regardless of the circumstances and challenges, and doing so fiercely, means that we are everything that this constantly changing world needs right now. And if each graduate uses their Emerson experience and knowledge as a launching pad, then success is inevitable. So, construct responsibly on the foundation that has been laid by the Emerson College to continue to defy the odds, to tell the stories that need to be told, to transform lives, and continue to make a difference wherever you go. Remember that there are lessons in every situation, circumstance, or action that life throws at us, and our reactions to them. Let us practice to worry less about life's problems or the unhappiness they cause, but let us continue to learn from them. Life and living teach us something every day, whether we are the ones doing it or others around us. So never stop learning or appreciate learning. Graduates, you have done it. Congratulations and well done. Look out, world. We are Emerson Lions, and you will hear us roar. Thank you and one love.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Will all of the master's degree candidates please rise? Interim Provost, Provost Roberts Breslin, on behalf of the faculty of the School of the Arts at Emerson College, I have the honor of presenting to you candidates for the degree of Master of Arts and Master of Fine Arts who have successfully completed all of the requirements.
Thank you, Dean Sabal. Graduates, please come forward to receive your hood.
Provost Roberts Breslin, may I present the master's degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Performing Arts in Theater Education and Applied Theater. Lamar Omar Archer. Melissa Ann Laura Sella Bergstrom. Kelsey Brown. Corinne Patricia Calderbank. Katie Lynn Daniels. Megan Ann Del Genio. Elena Donez. Leah Elizabeth Hamilton French. Billy Stouter Hassebrock. Erin Angelique Hewitt. Sienna Marie Johnson. Megan Courtney Jutras. Zoe Rebecca Camille. Lucy Catherine Kenya. David Lee Lagi. Aspen Gibbous Marshall. Allison Kate McPhail. Zoe Grace Nadal. Alexander Jeffrey Narcata. Amanda Charlene O'Donnell. Aiden D. O'Hara. Vanessa Marie Shalto. Hector Francisco Toledo, Jr. Annabelle Sarah Margaret Wall. Rose Pereira Webster. Alicia Jade Winton. Provost Roberts Breslin, may I present the Masters of Fine Arts degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Visual and Media Arts in Film and Media Art. Lids Birende. Brianna Jewel Cox. Madeline Derveloy. Joshua Ryan Expose. Michelle Marie Falcon Fontanes. Ainsley Summer Floyd. Briston Christopher Ivy. Dominique J.C. Lowndes. Neil Mercier. Arushi Nigam. Gregory Romaine. Thomas Carroll Smith. Malachi Daniel Van Nies. Amber Yang. Miranda Young. Provost Roberts Breslin, may I present the Masters of Fine Arts degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Visual and Media Arts in Writing for Film and Television. Samantha Ann Brindisi. Keela J. Brown. Kelly Elaine Cochran Izquierdo. Austin Greer Franklin. Melody R. Herr. Peter Patrick Horgan. Daniel Walsh Krauth. Michael Joseph Lee. Jessica G. Mabanglo Burgett. Annabeth Grace Mann. Olivia A. Martis. Merritt Meekum. Nick Perkins. Kelsey Rose Ann Rain. Jared Lee Roberts. Stephanie Alexandra Saavedra. Ashley Marie Schwegler. Alessandra Setinari. Kathleen Marie Spica. Michael Lee Stevenson. Provost Roberts Breslin, may I present the Masters of Fine Arts degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Writing, Literature, and Publishing in Creative Writing. Sonia Agarwal. Kaylee Elizabeth Basil. Brianna Marie Berkebile. Peter James Burke. Hope Caroline Cordes. Michael Andrew Costa. Kristen Rachel Crocker. Jingfei Sui. Kai Sutton Fernandez. Satchel Darnika Joseph. Colin J. Kirkland. Colt Winter Lepley. Nicole Grave Lipson. Annabelle Sophia Mahoney. Portia Aliwala. Celeste Marceline Perez. Abigail Celeste Provenzano. Melissa Karen Sances. Courtney M. Shellen. Benjamin C. Chahon. Caroline Weaver Talton. Julia Ray Weeks.
Provost Roberts Breslin, may I present the Masters of Fine Arts degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Writing, Literature, and Publishing in Popular Fiction Writing and Publishing. Victoria Grace Basnuevo. Jennifer Lynn Correa. Mai Hamada. Dustin Charles Hempel. Emily Jean Johnson. Isabel Leah McGill. Mackenzie S. Rosero. Alicia Nicole Stobrin. Provost Roberts Breslin, may I present the Masters of Arts degree recipients from the School of the Arts, Department of Writing, Literature, and Publishing in Publishing and Writing. Rachel Aileen Applebach. Christina Margarita Casas. Giovanna Centeno Barbalho. Erica Tyler Chamberlain. Deanna Marie Costa. Mary Grace Depp. Kristen Marie Elsasser. Camilla Arneda Fagan Wheatron. April Francis Federico. Alanis Fabiola Font. Isabel Joy Fowler. Viviana Lucia Gill. Marina Gonzalez Rico. Madeline Marie Jackson. Felicity Joan King. Ellen Reeves Kuhar. Abby Danielle Ladner. Abigail Seek Lawson. Victoria Liliana Mayorga Hernandez. Melissa Jordan Moscoso. Cristina Maria Nunez Blanco. David Emmanuel Paradela. Jamie Rose Marie Price. Kayla Ann Randolph. Alana N. Scartosi. Lily Nicole Stakowiak. Amber Lynn Marie Stowers. Rayanne Christine Sidlow. Elena Van Horn. Rachel Charity Whitehill.
To rise, if you are able, for the benediction, and to remain standing for the closing and the recessional. Thank you. Graduates, as you prepare to go forth into this world, carrying your creativity, your deep compassion, and your persevering spirit into new communities and new adventures, I leave you with these words of blessing from Adrienne Marie Brown. You are a miracle walking, and you are enough. Your work is enough. You are needed. Your life is sacred. You are here, and for that, I am grateful. Just as you have blessed our community during your Emerson journey, so too do we wish unending blessings upon each one of you. May wisdom, strength, and courage accompany you each day that follows, and may you know that you have left this community a stronger, better place because you were in it. Go in peace and go in strength.
Joining us today to mark this momentous occasion. Congratulations again to the Emerson College School of the Arts class of 2022. This marks the conclusion of our ceremony. Please allow our graduates to exit first.